How We Talk Podcast.
That's for everything. Yeah. For Instagram.
The only thing that is not is podcast. iTunes.
Oh, and
It's just how we
you already checked that out. You already checked it out. Doing okay. But Israel, did you check out the video that we recorded last week from our first episode?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? Did you like it?
I watched it 3 times.
That's it?
Just for the,
That's it? Just 3 times?
just for the views.
Okay.
To give us some views.
I watched it. I watched it a lot too.
I watched it
Different
on
IP addresses.
I
so
watched
we
it on
can
the
get
way
one.
to work. Right? I watched it on the way to work because it's almost the perfect amount of time. So it's like a good.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't watch it driving. I
That's
didn't
a good
watch it
thing.
driving.
That's a good thing he has a driver.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing he has a driver to
let
go to work.
me rephrase that. I listened to it while it played in the background on my way to work.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I did watch it a few times. I put all my buddies onto it and
Yeah.
everything.
What'd you think about it?
I liked it, dude.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was addicting.
It was cool.
It was.
There was a different kind of a high.
It was. That's true.
Yeah.
I had that feeling of like, I gotta do this again.
After I recorded, I was super stoked.
I gotta get my fix.
I was like, I don't even need to get like, yeah, I didn't need that weird fix. I don't have a fix. Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah. Last time I didn't mention my name. That was pointed out to me. So
Right.
I'm Israel, one of the hosts on How We Talk. I'm still the same guy as last time. I just shaved
That's
shaved
right.
my beard. I look lighter.
You know what it reminds me? When you walked into the house, when you shaved, after you shaved, you walked into the house, and do you remember that movie Born in East LA?
Yeah.
Paul Rodriguez?
Yeah.
And he looks at him, he looks at Cheech Marin, right? And he goes, Jesus, te resurraste. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I told you.
That's what you
I
told
told
me.
you. Israel,
Yeah.
te resurraste. Yeah.
yeah.
Same
yeah.
fucking thing, man.
Yeah, that's funny. I walked
Clark
into
Kent.
my brother's house, and I know the glasses on
Yeah.
Superman or a man. I walked into my brother's house, and my nephew goes, "Your face looks fancy."
Fancy.
Fancy. I was like, "All right, I got fancy face going on." Nah, but
You do look younger.
I do look
Yeah.
younger. That's good.
Yeah.
I just turned 36 on the 17th. so
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah. We're the same age
I know.
now for 2 weeks.
For now.
For 2
oh,
weeks.
okay, cool. Right on. At least we're the same age for some time.
Yeah.
Another announcement. Actually, I have an announcement that I wanted to say
Oh,
for the podcast. I didn't tell you. I was trying so hard not to tell you,
Yeah.
and I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell Lily. And,
Wow.
but she'll watch it. But I got engaged.
You did?
I did. Dude.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about getting engaged. But yeah,
Did you pop the question already?
I did.
She has a ring.
She's got a ring.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you do it? Did you get all fancy, take her to like a Dodger game and then put it up on the scoreboard and all that?
Nah.
No.
Oh, I should have done that.
Nah, don't do that.
No.
I mean, unless you know for sure she's going to say yes, right?
No, I know she was gonna say. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
the only reason why you would do something like that.
True.
Like, you put the girl on the spot, right? Let's say
Right.
they've only been together 3 months and you go ask a question and she's going to say, yeah, and then later on, no.
Right.
It's like
No,
the show like The
no.
Bachelor. I don't
Yeah,
watch The
no.
Bachelor. I don't watch it, but I've read some.
I did the whole, Burger King get the onion ring.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
Yeah.
Fancy.
No, just kidding. Dude.
Fancy.
Fancy because I had the face.
Right.
I had fancy face. No, we went. We
Did you
just went
shave
to dinner.
before?
No, I had the beard.
You had the beard
So
for a
she
long
said
time.
yes with the beard.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Imagine. I mean, maybe if this is an upgrade.
was that
then
what about for her though? Was she cool with that, shaving the beard? Or did she like the beard? Did she prefer the beard?
she has her moments.
Mm.
She has her moments. When we rob a bank or something,
Oh, right.
keep the beard like
right.
it's
For sure.
incognito, or shave it because we just robbed a bank.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right.
But she's off and on. I guess she likes me however I come.
She likes you.
She better like me.
She likes you.
She better like me.
It's not the
but
physical
no, we
part.
just went to dinner, went to the beach, did it there at night, little night. Yeah,
Nice.
it was cool.
Under the moonlight.
No, there was no moon. We were tripping out. We were like, wait a minute, aren't we on Earth?
It's been
Like,
really
isn't there a
bad. It's
moon?
been really bad overcast, like really cloudy, and
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
can't wait
But
for
it
those
was,
summer nights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bonfires.
Yeah.
It was cool though. It was
Right
cool.
on.
She said, yeah, that's all that matters to me.
That's good.
Next is
Congratulations.
married. Moving in.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I think Nah, I'm kidding. I'm about to celebrate my 11 years.
You are.
Yeah.
You are. That's
Tomorrow.
Right. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so so this is an early recording, but this is for our Memorial Day release, but
yeah.
So tomorrow you're
Tomorrow. 11 years.
getting 11 years.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. If you
Well,
were if you were famous,
yeah,
that would be a lot.
it is
11
a lot.
years would be a lot if you were in Hollywood.
If I was famous for a successful marriage, if you're famous, like celebrities, they don't get married. When they get married, it's when they get divorced, right?
Right.
Isn't it Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn?
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, they're still together, right?
Yeah.
And they're not married.
At all?
No. But like J-Lo, like 5, 6 husbands.
A lot.
No offense, J-Lo, but
Yeah.
Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the
Right?
block. Yeah. So 11 years though, man. That's
I'm gonna
cool.
get heat for that one, huh?
I've known you for more than that many years.
Yeah.
So 11
Yeah.
to me seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But that's good, dude.
Thanks.
That's good. That's solid.
Solid.
Lily's a good woman.
She is. She is.
You gonna keep her?
Of course I'm keeping her.
Okay.
Of course I'm keeping her.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my tools are over here.
Where are you going?
Where am I going?
Nowhere. Nowhere.
You know?
That's cool. That's something, I mean, for me to shoot for.
Yeah.
Definitely. 11 and beyond.
Yeah. That's good, man. Congratulations.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, probably just have dinner, go for some drinks. Nothing crazy. It's a Friday night. We have a sitter. I think we have a sitter. But nothing crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah. We're going to celebrate Sunday. Dodger game.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Downtown LA, they got that smorgasbord. I don't know if you heard of it. It's like this big food circus kind of thing that they have. Get a bunch of food trucks out there. The theme for the smorgasbord is burgers. This weekend.
Oh, so it's all
Memorial
different
Day
types of
weekend.
burgers?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
on Monday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Oh, it's the weekend?
Yeah.
That's cool.
10 a.m. Head out there.
I got plans, but
Then don't go.
I'm going to Nerf Wars, baby. Nerf Wars.
Nice.
I wanted to talk to you about something that happened in the news the week that just made me laugh. Did you hear about the Mexican dude at Starbucks?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, me?
No,
The Mexican guy at
not you.
Starbucks? Oh.
Not you. Do you go to Starbucks? You
All the time.
okay?
Yeah.
This dude goes to Starbucks. He's probably like a gardener.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know what he does, but he's Mexican. I'm just trying to say that.
Oh, okay.
So he
What
orders his
gardener?
drink and, what would you like or whatever. And, gets his order done. And his name's Jose, Jesus, something like that.
Gardner, Jesus, Jose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how they print the little label with your name on it?
Yeah.
Comes back, says Beaner.
No.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that after
Where
all
was that?
this other
Is that
controversy
here?
about
Southern
this?
California?
Yeah. Yeah, it was in La Cañada.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Crazy, huh? So we started talking about it, like, how can that happen? How can this happen? I know how it happened.
Oh.
The person serving was a little racist in their head. And in their head, they're like, this Beaner. But what's your name, sir? Jose? And then
He messed
you've
up.
done that before. I know you've done that where you're thinking something and you text it and I was like, shoot.
I've said it. I've been having a conversation, but I'm thinking about something else, and then I just, whatever I'm thinking about comes out, and they're like, what?
Right?
The monkey's his uncle?
So the thing said Beaner on it, dude.
That's fucked up.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, that's not me.
That's not me. No, he probably was like, okay.
Fine.
Café de olla. Aquí está.
Those shots, those
shots.
pumps.
That's crazy. I didn't hear about that. Yeah. I try to stay away from the news, man.
Me too,
depressing.
but I thought that was funny considering that Starbucks is already in a lot of hot water with the whole arresting those black dudes that were just chilling there. You
Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that.
There was a few racial things going on, and then this. Well, anyway, what was funny is we went to, we went to Starbucks the day after my birthday, and
Yeah.
I tried to use my free Starbucks thing, and the girl goes, "Oh no, you got to use it on your actual birthday." And then the manager comes in, "We could give it to you for free, sir." I was like, "Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that brown privilege a little bit."
Beaner.
I was like, "My name is Israel."
Israel.
So I looked at the cup. Cool, Israel. It's not
Damn.
wetback, Beaner, nothing
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten offended,
Yeah.
but
You know, we're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to strike. We're not going to,
No.
We're not going to boycott Starbucks. We're Mexicans, we don't do that. We're too busy working.
Right.
You know, I just heard somebody talking about that yesterday. Or probably today, this morning in a podcast. Black people do that. They stand up for their rights.
Yeah.
Okay. They get marches. They boycott stuff. You know, they do that. Mexicans, have you ever seen that? I mean, okay, what was that guy? Cesar Chavez did it, right?
Mm.
That's about it, huh?
Yeah.
I remember when they had that one thing in downtown LA. What was it called?
Si se puede.
Was it Si Se Puede?
Si se puede?
Yeah, Si Se Puede. You wear all white.
Oh, no.
Oh, Day Without a
They're
Mexican?
protesting, completely just protesting. And
Yeah.
Si se puede. They wanted to stay here.
Yeah,
Was it Day Without a Mexican?
I think that's what it was. Something
Yes,
like that.
I think it started that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Day Without a Mexican.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. You know what? We do shit like that. We
Day
do
Without a
shit.
Mexican just means time off for me to relax.
Yeah.
Not because I don't just.
Dude,
hey,
the
give
Mexicans
me-
riot when the Lakers win.
That's true. You know what? That's true. They do. Hey, we haven't had a riot in a while, right?
We haven't had a win in a while.
No, that's right. It's time for a riot.
Right.
Anyways, you know, the voice that you guys are hearing right now, or watching, or seeing, some of you, the viewers, is actually our first guest. We're the host.
Yeah. Round of
He's-
applause.
Yeah.
He's our first guest.
Very first guest on How We Talk.
I'll introduce him. His name is Louis Sanchez.
How's it going?
A lot of people know him as Daniel. If you've known him when he was a little kid,
Yeah.
some of you might know him as Brother Man.
Yeah.
Very rarely did I ever call you Brother Man, but I did call you Brother Man
Yeah,
every
I think
once in a while.
everyone
But
has.
mostly I
In their
met
lifetime
you.
once, call me Brother Man,
Yeah. I met you as Danny
Yeah,
or Daniel.
Daniel. Yeah.
Right. So the way that we met, how long have we known each other? Since like 98, maybe?
Probably around there.
98, huh?
Yeah, it was a while back.
Yeah, I met him at our we have a mutual friend, Joe Lopez. We call him J-Lo.
Yeah, J-Lo. Dr. Lopez.
Doctor?
He's a doctor?
He's a
not.
doctor.
Is
Yeah,
he
he's a
doctor?
doctor.
He's a
He's not
doctor
the
now?
doctor?
I know
Yeah.
Joel.
He's got his doctorate?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
In what?
I think he's a gynecologist.
Dr. G.
Yeah,
He's
a
Dr.
doctor.
G.
let me clarify. 'Cause he can be listening. He's a PA. He's a physician's assistant.
That's still a doctor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
I mean,
Doc-
hey,
Dr.
he's worked
J-Lo.
super hard for what
Yeah.
he does, and I'm super proud of him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if he doesn't have his doctorate, so we can't say
No, I think he
doctor.
does have a doctorate. Last time I talked, that's what
We'll
I
ask him.
understood.
We'll have to
from
ask
my- I call him doctor, so
You know what?
I'm at the
We'll have to
Sit him
confirm
down and
this.
talk
Yeah,
to him,
we'll have to confirm. You know what? Call him in. Let's get him on.
Just
Skype.
get-
Get
just
him
call
on
him
the
on the
Skype
line.
right now, and then
The hotline?
Put the hotline in there. For the sake of the argument here, Dr. J-Lo.
yeah,
Dr.
That's how
J-Lo.
we met him at it was his birthday party. He had a pool party.
yeah, I think so.
So
That's-
you knew
that's why-
J-Lo before him?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because Joel, we were in the Scouts together, so since small.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, doing the camping and hiking and all that stuff. And
Did you guys meet in the Scouts?
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Or were your guys' dad's friends
I
before
think
that?
no. You know what? We met through church, but the church had the Scouts groups.
Oh,
and stuff
okay.
like that. So it's a blurry line. But somehow we met during
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, because I think he was in the same troop as my older brother Mike,
yeah. Okay.
and then I got of age to join the Boy the Boy Scouts, and that's where me and Joel met, and the same troop and stuff like that. And
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've known J-Lo for a long time.
long time,
Long
too
time.
long.
That's cool. So that's how you guys met.
Yeah, we met through J-Lo.
Yeah.
Joel. But yeah, we've always kind of hit it off. We've been really good friends and really close, you know. But we've been pretty distant for the last like 3-4
I think
years.
the last couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had.
It's just, you know.
Yeah. You're
busy.
moving around. I'm moving around.
Yeah,
busy
well, we're
doing
moving
all
around.
kinds
You
of
got a
stuff, yeah.
kid, right?
Yeah, I have two. I have
Two
my
kids?
daughter's 9 and my other one's 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
9 and 2.
Yeah.
How they doing?
The 2-year-old's a monster. She's terrible twos and,
Yeah.
and showing it. Of
course.
Yeah. The
Right.
9-year-old, she's awesome. I mean,
Is she
awesome,
here?
really smart.
Local?
Yeah, they're both
Okay.
local. They're right here in West Covina. Both
Oh,
of them.
right on.
Yeah.
So you get to see them often?
Yeah. All
Nice.
the time. All
Nice.
the time. Yeah.
That's good. Hell yeah. Hell
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. My 9-year-old, it surprised me how smart she was. Like, she didn't get that from me.
That's mama's
Yeah.
brains.
Yeah. The 2-year-old, I mean, yeah, that's 100% me. You know, she's a
Yeah.
terror.
Good luck,
So,
right?
yeah. And then she's always trying to, if I'm working on something, she's trying to fix it with me. She's right there, always with me. You know?
That's
It's
good.
like,
Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
good, but it's like sometimes I'm working on some stuff. Like, you
Yeah.
need to stand back, and she don't want to. I'll put the drill down. She'll get the drill and come by. And it's like, oh, you gotta leave stuff alone.
That's
Going
fun,
looking
though.
for my pliers. She has them somewhere.
That's fun though. She's gonna pick up on it right away.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hopefully she'll learn how to do some stuff.
Yeah, dude. I envy you. Sometimes you this guy knows so much, dude. He knows how to work on cars. He's a man's man, this guy right here.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, I hire guys. I hire people to do stuff like that.
He's hired me a few times.
I know.
I've hired him a few times to do stuff. You've done some stuff for me here. I mean, I just can't. I like it. I buy the stuff.
Yeah.
But it just sits there.
Yeah.
And then I invite my friends over and it's like, hey, you guys want to use this thing? It's pretty cool. It's like like when we're kids and like, hey, I just got
Your
this
tools?
new toy. You know?
Summer tools.
Yeah. Summer toys.
Summer tools.
Summer tools.
Some are here, some are there.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
got them pretty neat.
Yeah.
They're pretty neat.
That's like my dad's tools.
Yeah,
summer
your
tools.
dad's tools are.
Yeah, summer tools.
My dad's the same way, dude. Same way.
That's funny.
I'm like,
You said your name was Daniel.
Is
Is
it's still
Sorry.
hasn't changed it yet. I mean, you
Daniel
have it right.
Lewis.
no.
But what do you go by?
I go by Louis. Yeah.
Louis?
Yeah. For the
Like
record.
overall, or
I think lately it's been Louis. Yeah. It depends on how I feel.
Okay.
No, it's my first name's Louis, so professionally or anywhere you go, it's always asked for your first name. So that's kind of stuck for the last 16 years. It's always been just with Louis. But before that, my mom and dad always called me Daniel. I didn't go by Louis. Yeah, so that's where, depending on how you know me, it's what you're gonna call me. Now, if you know me for years and years,
Was it like this? I'm I'm more like a man now. I'm gonna go by a more proper.
No,
name?
no. Actually, just by coincidence, because like when you fill applications, at my first
Right,
job
right.
actually was Best Buy, and that's actually started because they first ask first name and you go your name tag comes Louis. It doesn't come like what do you prefer. Yeah, it's
Oh.
just your first name and that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
You know, so since then it's always been Louis. It's any job you go, they always call you your first name, and that's just how it's always gone. You know, so
Right on. Right on.
I remember that Best Buy.
yeah.
That was cool. You used to hook it up.
I used to
all
work.
the time.
Joel used to work there too.
Oh, that's right. He did work there. Yeah, I used to get hooked. That was back then when they used to hook it up, man. I think with accessories, you guys used to get
Oh,
like
the discount was
40%
yeah.
off
They're
or
making
more,
so much
maybe.
money off everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let's not put them on blast though, because they might be a sponsor one day.
Yeah. Circuit City went under already. So
I know, right?
It's coming back.
Dude, I just
Is it?
Circuit City is coming
Is it
back.
really?
Yes.
I know Radio Shack just went down too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Radio
Well,
Shack went down.
I was just saying that, dude. Right now we're looking for. We needed some.
Yeah,
that,
the special
yeah.
equipment. You
Yeah.
probably have to go to Fry's. Fry's would be the next one.
Yeah,
Fry's would've been the
been
next
for
one.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Walmart came up.
You
They
know,
came through.
What was it? I want to say it's Circuit City, but
Also for audio equipment, Sam Ash.
Sam Ash.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
still around.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a
Yeah.
Sam Ash in a long time.
I think it was Circuit City that didn't actually go down. They just turned into a different company.
No, they went
No,
down.
they went completely.
went
Did they?
down,
Did
yeah.
they completely go
Well,
down?
what happened was originally they were going under, and then they sold it to somebody. They tried to do a turnaround and try to basically make a red Best Buy. They went for the whole model Best Buy was doing, but it was already too late. They were already sinking, and it sunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this company, and I'm gonna look it up because I if you guys saying it went down, but it was a company like Circuit City that we all went to, that at one point tried to sell home appliances, and it didn't go, and then they ended up trying to sell cars, and that didn't work. It's really weird. They tried to sell two brands of cars in their showroom floor, and it didn't work out. So then that company ended up becoming what's now is CarMax.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna look this up, but I wanted to say it was Circuit City.
That's homework for the
but
next.
it's-
next
yeah.
expo.
Yeah, but
No,
it
but I
was
think
something
CarMax
like
has
that.
been around before Circuit City went under. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, CarMax
Yeah.
has been around for a while, but they were something that we would know, that we
Yeah.
knew, that we went to, something like that. But I'll look into it. But,
Something new.
yeah.
Something new. I'll look into it. There it is again. Remember I was talking about Eddie Bravo?
yeah.
He's
Looking
that
into
conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy
Oh,
theories.
he has an argument, or he's arguing about these conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And then once he's stumped, look into it, bro. Look into it. I love that guy, dude.
Google it.
Google it.
Google
Yeah,
it.
that's ours. Google it.
Google it.
So, Luis.
Yeah.
Daniel. You grew up in La Puente, right?
Yeah, La Puente.
La Puente, right? Borderline, West Covina, La Puente, kind of,
No,
right?
deep in the heart of La Puente.
Deep
yeah.
in the heart of La
Yeah.
Puente.
I think when we first moved there is when it was really bad. We had actually the reason my mom bought the house was because it had bars on the windows. That's
Oh,
the
shit.
actual selling point. They had a choice between the house on Nelson and where we're at.
Yeah.
And that was the selling point. Now it has bars because we had the Night Stalker. That's when he was around.
Oh, Richard Ramirez?
Richard
Yeah.
Ramirez.
I remember that guy. Scary looking dude. Oh,
Yeah.
And he was around this area. He was breaking
Yeah,
people's
yeah,
houses. and
that's
stuff, so-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the selling point, was the bars on the windows.
bars.
Yeah, so that's why we bought that house. And
Was that like the only house with the bars, or that was just,
the
in
ones
that
for
area?
sale.
Oh, okay, for
yeah,
sale.
yeah, because they were shopping for a house. Yeah,
Okay.
because we were coming from Almani at the time. Yeah, we're in my dad's apartment over there off of Merced.
in El Monte.
Yeah. Yeah, deep. That's when Almani was even worse than it is now.
That's where
mean,
I
it's
grew
always
up in El
been-
Monte. Well, I didn't really grow up in El Monte. I was there until I was like 5,
Yeah.
and then we came over here to Covina.
Covina, yeah.
But it was pretty bad. When I
Yeah, it was
remember,
bad.
you know, so we're talking like 85,
Yeah, 80s,
85,
yeah.
86. It was pretty bad, man. There was like wars going on in
Yeah,
the street.
straight out, yeah. It was,
Wars.
it was,
Like we couldn't go outside, and we were in
yeah.
apartments too, and cul-de-sac.
Right.
And we couldn't go outside. Like, we'd come home from school. Like someone would have to pick us up from the bus stop because we'd take the bus in the morning. As soon as we get off, someone would have to walk us from the bus stop to the house,
Yeah,
to the apartment.
I laugh because I hear the kids now. It's like, I remember playing Hit the Deck. Anyone that lives in this area, they know what Hit the Deck is.
Yeah.
Basically, you see a carpenter coming down the street, you'd run and jump and hit the floor. That's
Yeah.
your parents taught you that.
Yeah.
That was a game.
Yeah.
You know, like the kids like, what is that? Like, no, you literally cars driving by doing drive-bys.
Yeah.
I think the first week we moved in, there was a drive-by that hit our house.
That was El Monte or La
Wow.
Puente?
No, in La Puente.
In La Puente.
Yeah, we had. I remember seeing the glass was all broken right there, a little bullet hole in it.
Damn.
And it was just bad. And then I think the sheriff started cleaning stuff up, and
Yeah.
they got the gang injunction going on and all that stuff, and they really cleaned up the city. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be really, really bad. Like,
Oh.
just bad.
Yeah. Jeez. That's crazy. Yeah. Right there by La Puente Park.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We're supposed to be playing baseball there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty clean. I mean, I was there
Now-
for
yeah,
a
now it's
couple
night
weeks.
and day.
Yeah, a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, I was there
Yeah.
for a softball tournament.
Jacob lives there.
Yeah, no, that's right. He does downtown. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the downtown area.
Yeah, downtown La Puente, yeah.
that's where he lives. Yeah, that's cleaned up.
Yeah, I think that's
It's
cleaned up a
better.
lot too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that part was too bad. I think it was more this side, and then over by Azusa, where they actually had to close streets where they couldn't make them go through. That way, they couldn't get away. Yeah, they barely took those barricades down. I think probably within the last 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. They used to have a barricade. They'd come do a drive by and take off,
Oh, like a metal.
like those metal
Metal
barricades.
poles?
Yeah, that way they couldn't go through.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's how bad it was. Where they had to actually put to stop the drive-bys.
Yeah.
You know that's just horrible.
Damn. What are some of the crazy experiences that you had with the other than the glass from the drive-bys in La Puente?
I mean, I remember being young and my dad going after, because we came home, we didn't have a fence at the time. And we came home and they're actually inside our garage throwing my dad's tools, trying to get whatever he wanted. I remember my dad chasing him down, you know, like, so I mean, that's how, but you come home and there's people inside your garage taking your stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's the way it was, you know. And then after that, the week later, we put a fence up.
Yeah.
That's why we had the ugly old chain link fence. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, old school.
And the city fought
Still
us
there.
too. Like they still.
didn't want it up?
No, it was too high. They wanted, if it was chain links, they wanted it, I think it was.
It
only-
is a high
only 2
fence,
feet,
huh? Right, it is.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
But my dad, you know, my dad was very articulate with his words, and
Yeah.
he was able to defeat the city, basically saying,
Yeah.
if you stand on my porch and you measure it from here, it's only 3 feet,
Yeah.
because our driveway kind of sloped.
Yeah.
So he won the argument.
That's good.
Smart
Yeah.
guy.
That's good.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah. Now, your dad, he was a Marine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Marine. And your mom?
My mom was Army.
Army.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
My mom was Army. Her dad was a Marine as well.
Yeah.
Actually, her dad and my mom, or her dad and my dad, actually met each other in the service sometime. I don't know exactly when. I'm actually in the middle of actually writing a script on his life.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad's
Okay.
yeah, because he was in 9 helicopter crashes. He served in Vietnam. He was actually
9?
MIA for a month. They actually pronounced him KIA, where they came down to the house and
What's
told him,
KIA?
killed in action.
Killed in
Okay.
action.
Yeah,
Let me ask you something. Were they in the military as you were born?
No,
Or
no,
like,
no. This was way before I was born.
you?
Yeah, pre
Okay.
me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because my dad was, I think he was 12 years older than my mom. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you weren't like a moving around military
No,
kid,
nothing like that.
Stuff
No,
like
no,
that,
no, no, no. My dad got out of Vietnam and all that stuff, and that's why actually we're writing the script, is because a lot of people don't realize how the vets were treated. You know, like now you serve in the military, you come out, oh, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
No, my dad was literally protested as he got out of the planes. He's beaten, spit on for being a vet. You know,
Yeah.
because they're calling them baby killers and all that stuff. And a lot of people forget about that, or they don't want to talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
because it's and then being Mexican too, they had that racism. Well, you're talking about the beaner stuff. If you actually look it up, go on eBay or on Google, you look up the Flying Beaners, and it's actually my dad's air squadron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Colonel Allgood's Flying Beaners,
That's cool.
and there's actually a little commemorative patch they made and
Is
everything.
it a bean?
It's an actual bean shooting with a little machine gun. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
so that was my dad's squadron right there. You
Yeah.
know? Because Colonel Allgood actually he was kind of assassinated. I actually looked up his story, I found it and everything. And basically, it's not an out and out assassination, but basically he was killed. They didn't like the idea that he was taking pity on the Mexicans and using them because he saw what they were doing, that they were actually doing their job there.
Yeah.
So he was kind of taken out, but he liked my dad's squadron. He made them the Flying Beaners, you know. That way he got his little privilege and he's able to take them out and do their missions because they were coming back, you know, coming back alive. Because you have the guys out there that had the arrogant and they were like, oh, I can take on anything.
Hotheads.
Or they didn't want to go out there and they would do anything they could not to go out there, you know.
Yeah.
So the Mexicans, though, they did their job, did exactly what they're supposed to do, and basically took care of each other,
Yeah.
you know. So
And still to this day, huh?
Yeah.
That's it.
To this
Just
day, that's
do
what
your
we
job,
do.
do work.
We're
and
one
that's
big
it.
pot of beans.
Yeah.
La Olla.
In La Jolla.
That's about as much Spanish as you're gonna get out of me.
Out of you.
Yeah, sorry.
So you guys are writing a story for a film or for a
for a
book?
film? Yeah,
Okay.
we're writing the script for it. I'm probably going to do a book just because you have 70 years worth of material. You know, you have all the stories, and to make it into a film, it's too. So I'll focus more on the Vietnam era stuff, but the book will be more about his entire life. You know,
Yeah.
so we're taking it. Yeah, it's a lot, and I'm trying to confirm a lot of stories because you hear stories growing up. You know, my dad passed actually last year. In 2017, Christmas Day. So
Right.
I don't have him to actually back up stuff. I heard his stories growing up. You remember this stuff, but you have to confirm a lot of it too, especially when you're doing a movie. You know, it's based on a true story. You got to confirm this stuff actually happened.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're trying to do that. I'm trying to get hold of my grandma. She would know, but she's older. She's 94. You know, and it's like
She's still alive.
she's still alive. Yeah,
Good for
yeah,
her.
she's still kicking.
Good for her.
How
94.
how cool is it though to just dig into that history?
It's kind of unique because like there's so much stuff that my parents went through that like now I mean he's talking about days like with the gas crisis. We didn't know about the gas crisis where basically you couldn't fill up your car unless you had an odd or even days. So if you
Right.
had an odd number on the last digit on your license plate was odd, then you could fill up on these days. If it was even, it was on these days. You know, we never went through all that stuff.
Right.
You know, the gas shortage was so bad. That's where actually all the motorcycles, the chopper, because basically they couldn't afford to drive cars. They get motorcycles, they're beat up, they kind of chop them up and make their own bikes out of them, and that's where they started riding. You know, that's where the chopper actually came from.
Yeah.
So we don't know all that stuff. Like for us, it's like, oh, the motorcycle is a chopper. Like,
It's just known as a chopper.
OC choppers, that's where it came from. You know,
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with that. You know.
Yeah.
And as far as the biker gangs, they came out of necessity. My dad actually, when he got out, he was in. They call it the VC, and VC in Vietnam was the Viet Cong. Out here is the veteran Chicanos, because as a veteran, you couldn't get work. You know, if you're and then being Mexican on top of that, you're not going to get work. So what they started doing is they were taking rides out to the desert. They're catching rattlesnakes. And I guess there's pharmaceutical companies were trying to make the antidotes for the venom. So they were paying them $25 per snake. So that was their form of income.
Wow.
You know, and then being there was a lot of veterans, it started, I think he said at one time there were at 300 veterans riding on bikes.
Yeah.
You had Hell's Angels starting to not like that. You know, it's this big group of other guys, so they started messing with them.
What year was that? Like around
It's in the 70s.
In the 70s?
I haven't confirmed those years, but
like
it is around the 70s.
late 70s?
Probably mid to late, yeah. Yeah, because actually there's a guy called Wolfman. He's actually the one that started the Mongols. He was part of the veteran Chicanos. He liked to fight though. That's the reason why he started the Mongols, because he wanted to go after the Hells Angels.
Wolfman.
Wolfman, yeah. So if you look him up, you'll see a lot of stuff. But yeah, Wolfman's the one that started the Mongols and stuff, and basically was to go after Hells Angels.
Are the Mongols still like really active, like big time right now?
I-
I know that I see them a lot, or I used to see them a lot.
I mean, this
don't
is
see
their
them
area.
as much.
This is their area. I think they've calmed down. They learned their lesson from the FBI infiltrating and all that stuff, because they tried to grow too fast. And basically what they did is they got all the street gangs and let them in without bikes and all that stuff. And
I remember
they
that.
were already infiltrated already. So that's where they got the FBI infiltrating on them. And that's when all the trouble started with them as far as getting caught and doing all the stuff they were doing. But they're still around. There's still clubhouses in the area and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, I see a lot of the green jackets over
The
around
Vagos,
here.
yeah.
The Vagos, yeah.
Yeah.
See a lot of that around
Yeah.
here. That's what I see mostly.
Yeah,
The
yeah. Because
Vagos.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hell's Angels in this area.
No, I've never
No,
seen.
I've
no.
seen the red
No.
colors, but I've never seen actual Hell's Angels.
I've never even because all I do is drive around all day long, right? I'm on the 210 and the 10 freeway. I've never seen. I mean, I've been driving for 14 years maybe on these. Never seen a House Angel.
Yeah.
Never. Mongols all the time. Vagos,
Mongols and Vagos.
Other MCs,
And
but
then East LA bikers, you'll see them too.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never see Hell's Angel.
No.
Oh, they're like in the.
Well, they're more up north. Yeah,
Up
they're
north,
supposed to be like Frisco and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who's got the desert area over there in like Victorville and all that?
That'd be the Vagos and all that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the Vagos are always been the desert people.
Oh, okay.
San Bernardino County, all that stuff, and then Temecula, or not Temecula, Mexicali.
Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they reach pretty far.
That's
Crazy.
crazy. So you mentioned that you're working on a film. Is that what you do?
Yeah, right now I'm currently working.
Okay.
I have we have Juba the Iraqi Sniper, the untold story. That's coming out right now. We're still got one more scene to do, and then we'll be wrapping up. But we're gonna try to get that one done. Basically, that's if you ever seen American Sniper, the Iraqi sniper, and that's going after the American sniper. That's Juba. He was kind of like, I guess, their kind of folk hero. But the way that the movie kind of twisted around is nothing like what actually happened.
They as in the Iraqis.
No, they as in like Clint Eastwood, the guys that produced the movie and all
Okay.
that stuff. They twisted the whole story around.
No,
so-
but as far as their folk hero, it's the Iraqis.
yeah, the Iraqis folk hero.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was basically like a crime fighter. He would stop the
Killing all the
corruption and
Americans.
all that stuff. Not just the Americans, but the regime that was taking over there. And so he was even before we invaded.
Oh,
He was
okay.
already doing that. Yeah. So he was fighting the Taliban. He was fighting all that stuff out there. It made him more of a legend, you know.
Yeah.
But he was a real person. And then when Clint Eastwood came in, they kind of wanted an enemy, and they kind of wrote him into this character that he wasn't, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what this film's going to show, is actually his side of what happened and why he was doing what he was doing, kind of giving a way to explain what happened. So that's what we're working on with
Now,
that.
what kind of research? How did you said his side?
Yeah.
How did they get that his side?
The
is it-
director and producer Sam Ali, he was actually over there, so he has first-hand experience dealing with everything that was going on, and I guess he has more resources to find out exactly what was going on, and he was an Iraqi himself, so he sees what it was twisted around. He's kind of untwisting it and writing the story the way they see, or he sees it like as the Iraqis, they see how it was and then what it was twisted to. So he's kind of trying to untwist it and put the story back the way it was or should be.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from, as far as research.
It's like it's gonna be like we were talking about that earlier. There's 3 sides to every story, right? You know,
right.
that's the American Sniper is the one side, which is Clint Eastwood's side, and then you got the Sam Ali side. So there's gonna be one in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Truth.
Yeah, somewhere there. It's
Right on, dude.
So-
There's
So-
always 2 sides to every coin.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, there is.
Always.
Right, there is.
Always.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So Juba, you said Juba?
yeah.
What is it? Juba the Untold
Juba
Story.
the Iraqi Sniper, the untold story.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's that one right there.
And it's going to be an independent film.
It'll be an independent film. It's a short film, so I think no more than 20 minutes. I'm not sure because there's a lot of content he's trying to put in, and trying to squeeze it in 20 minutes is hard to do.
Yeah.
So it might go a little longer than 20 minutes, but he's already doing the Sundance Film Festival, the Cannes Film Festival, pretty much all the little festivals you can think of. He's already putting it in there. So we're just going to wrap it up and then submit everything, and we'll see how it goes with that. He's saying after that he should be trying to do a feature film on it. So we'll see how that goes. He's actually talking about Will Smith playing one of the parts of the Colonel, or the guy that plays Logan. What's his name? Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Jackman.
Yes, you're talking about him playing one of the Colonels. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, if they're already talking of that, I mean, it looks like
Yeah.
potential to become a feature film. So
Sounds cool.
That's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
What is your hand in it?
I play Ali. Ali is basically Juba's. He's his best friend or his friend, but he's also like kind of the eyes on the ground. If you're doing any kind of military operation, you have to have kind of a surveillance, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm out there without being noticed. People don't notice who I am, and I'm out in the background of the people and telling Juba what's going on and radioing him in and doing all kinds of stuff like that. You know, so I'm kind of his
Yeah.
support team on the ground. You know.
Yeah. So circling back to the whole military thing you just mentioned, Juba's ground support. So your parents were both in the military. You never went yourself?
I couldn't go. I had to have flat feet, and with the flat feet, automatically medically discharged.
Disqualified.
And I always wanted to too.
Did you want? Yeah, you wanted to.
And I didn't. I'm like, nah, flat feet. What does it matter? But actually, now that I'm older, just carrying 10 pounds, like your feet are killing you.
Yeah.
So I mean, marching 20 miles a day, you know, that's full feet. There's no way you can do it. Like when I was younger, I was like, I can do that. That's no problem. You know? But no, I see what they're talking about now.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I think the majority of my family has served. I think all my uncles, all my grandparents, pretty much all
So
of
you
them
have a
served.
long lineage
Yeah,
of
like
military.
ridiculously long.
Oh,
lineage
yeah?
of it. Yeah, even my dad's granddaughter, she was in the Air Force, and then she married someone in the Navy. All his grandsons were Marines. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's a lot of family in the
What about
military.
your brothers, sisters?
None of them did it.
No.
No, none of them did it.
All
That's
flat
cool.
foot?
No, they just didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. Is it
Right
so?
on,
Memorial Day is coming up. Is it something that you guys mention or celebrate, or just?
I mean, it used to be something that, especially because they're both in the military, we'd go over there and have a barbecue and stuff like that. Both of them actually passed away. My mom passed away 5 months after my dad, so it's kind of new to us now, not having the Memorial Day as far as the way it used to be. Come out have a barbecue, it's all different, it's all changed. So we're kind of coping with that. But it's something I'm not going to stop celebrating. That's something that
Yeah, definitely.
because it wasn't just about my parents; it's about everybody that served. So
Yeah.
it's
Right.
something
All the
you have to
millions,
you know go out of your way and say thank you, especially like knowing now that I'm doing the research on my dad's life and how he was treated and why he was the way he was. You know, I didn't understand a lot of the stuff and why he would act a certain way towards certain things. It's because of the way when he came out, how he was spat on, how he was protested, calling baby killers murders and stuff like that. It's like that's horrible. I mean, here you are doing your service to your country. You're proud of what you're doing. You come out to that.
Yeah.
I guess it's no good.
You
know?
just unappreciated, you know?
yeah, completely. Yeah.
A lot of those stories that he told you,
Yeah.
were any of them like documented? Maybe on like did he write letters?
You know what?
Record audio? Because one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast is
Right.
so that we have that.
Right.
We can leave these kind of like footprints digital footprints.
Right.
For our kids and their kids.
Right.
So that's what I was asking. Do they have?
I'm actually ordering away for his medical or his military records because it'll show the dates he was shot down when he was KIA, what year, because I don't even know the years. So I know it happened. I don't have dates on it, so I'm trying to confirm everything.
Yeah.
And especially with paperwork, that's the best way to do it. So
Right.
I'm ordering off for his records to try and get all that confirmed. I do have some newspaper clippings because he was coming out in the paper quite a bit actually in his lifetime. He came out like probably a good 8 or 9 times that I found
really?
clips of my dad, like just different things he's done. Like he was a youth counselor.
Yeah.
And he came out on the front page of the paper. This youth counselor.
After the
changed-
military?
Yeah, this is after the military.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he came out on the paper for that. Just little things here and there. Just like my dad's in the paper a lot.
Yeah.
And then when he was actually going in the service, I guess because he was I don't know, from Boyle Heights or what it was, but for some reason they were following his story. Like they're saying, George Sanchez has graduated from air school and he's going to this. He's doing this. He's doing that. He was coming out in like a lot of little clips for the paper. I don't know if they did it for everybody, but I found like just in photo albums, it's like you found the little clippings.
Well, back in the day, like probably when your dad was around in Boyle Heights, that was like hood. I mean, not hood, but that was like
it was hood.
It was
literally
ghetto.
yeah,
it was,
really ghetto.
Some people were living like in like a ranch style almost.
Yeah, it was actually a lot of corruption going on. He was talking about
city, right?
City corruption and
sure.
politicians and even the police. He talks about Mark Furman from the OJ trial. He was actually an officer on the street right there. And then they gave a story where I guess my dad and them, they lived on St. Louis Street. Okay, that was right across from Martin Park. So that literally outside their front porch, they can look outside and they can see the park. And I guess one day they're sitting out there and they see a guy getting stabbed. Like literally getting stabbed right there on the sidewalk. So they run over to see what's going on. They see a cop right there giving a ticket to somebody. And they call the cop over, hey, this guy's getting stabbed over here.
Yeah.
And the cop walks over real slow, doesn't care. He walks up to them, what's going on? Oh, the guy's getting stabbed. We need help. He writes both of them a ticket for jaywalking. It was my dad and I guess his brother for jaywalking.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that the guy died. The guy died.
Wow.
So, that's the extent of the corruption that was going on out there.
You
And
mentioned.
that's just one story. Imagine, Can you imagine?
I know, that's crazy. You mentioned Mark Furman. I just found out that he was a potential vice president for Donald Trump.
Oh, really?
Did you know that?
No.
That's so crazy. I just found this out because I just watched that OJ on Netflix or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But
Good show.
that's insane.
Yeah,
That's-
the Mark Furman story. I think it was that I guess there was a really pretty girl on the block that this one of the guys was dating, and I guess Mark Furman found out that she had a boyfriend, so he started harassing the boyfriend to the point where he actually set up the boyfriend with like narcotics and stuff, and sent him to jail, and then was telling the girl, if you want him to get out, just be with me.
Wow.
And that was Mark Furman. That's what kind of person he was.
Yeah,
That's
corrupt.
Yeah. So I mean, that's before he planted the glove with OJ and stuff like that. He has a history of
Allegedly.
that stuff. So yeah, allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta say it. I saw the movie. I saw the documentary.
Yeah, but he does have a history of doing stuff where he'll set up just for his satisfaction. Whatever, I don't know what the reason was with OJ, but as far as in his past, he has done stuff like that where he'll do some corrupt stuff just to.
If you keep
to get
digging,
what he
you're gonna
wants.
find something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You keep digging, you get
people
dirty,
think
though.
that their secrets are going to stay hidden. Like, no, they're going to come out.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Better
Yeah,
just
and
leave that
even
open book, man.
well, speaking of the Boyle Heights things, like my dad always talked about Tercera. I guess there's 3rd Street gang. If you go over there, there's no 3rd Street gang because there's no houses on 3rd Street. All the gangs back then were from neighborhoods. You got 4 streets. All of them have little neighborhoods. There was no neighborhood in 3rd Street because there was no houses
There's
there.
no houses.
Yeah. So
So how'd they come up with that name?
3rd Street came in. Yeah, they found out it was actually the LAPD were busing them in. It was actually Puerto Ricans that they didn't speak the correct kind of Spanish.
Right.
So when you're talking to them, their Spanish lingo is different. But the police think, oh, Spanish is Spanish.
Right.
And there's a big difference. So that's how they were able to determine who was the actual gang members, who was from this, who was that. And that's where a lot of corruption came in because they were going in to make the area look like it was infested with gang members, and they were supposed to start their wars and stuff like that. And that was just to get money so they can get more police officers out there and basically get everyone paid.
Right.
And that's all it was. And they're
Creating jobs.
if you weren't going along with it, they were harassing you, and that's where my grandpa was always fighting the 3rd Street gang because like they were coming over, they wanted him to turn, he wouldn't do it, they'd fight. Yeah.
Now you mentioned your grandpa. He's Louis, was it?
From my dad's side, it was actually Savedo.
Oh,
From
okay.
my mom's side, I'm actually named after him as Louis. Yeah,
Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. So and he was also. So were they both military?
My grandpa from my dad's side, he was a merchant marine.
Okay.
So he was basically kind of the Navy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but he did fight in World War II and all that stuff. He was actually a champion featherweight boxer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was a little guy too, and that,
Yeah.
like I think 2 weeks before he passed away, he had knocked some little kid out, a little 22-year-old kid that was trying to mess with him, and
Really?
knocked him out, put him in the hospital.
You still got that punch. You still got the
Yeah,
punch,
you
right?
still got it.
Yeah.
So he's a little scrapper.
Yeah. And your mom's dad.
My mom's dad, he was a big guy. He was like 6'3". He was a sergeant in the military. He's MP. He couldn't go any further because he only had a third grade education. You know, but I mean, to be a sergeant MP, like he'd basically go and drag the Marines back, the ones that didn't take off. You know,
Yeah.
he did fight in Iwo Jima and all that, and yeah, he was a big guy.
Was your grandfather, was he born here? Third grade education?
Yeah, he was over here. Yeah.
As far as far back the lineage, any of them from Mexico that you could remember or know of? Or
Well,
met?
from my mom's side, they're actually like my grandpa's full on Hopi.
Hopi?
Hopi Indian. It's
Oh, okay.
Navajo.
Yeah.
Navajo. All my mom's side is Navajo pretty much as far as their lineage. Actually, we're actually connected to Billy the Kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We looked it up. Actually, my cousin David, like, if you see the real picture of Billy the Kid, like not the Hollywood stuff, but actually he looks identical to my cousin David, and that's where like the Jaramillos, and that's part of the lineage of
Latino.
Billy the Kid. Yeah,
That
it's-
olive skin.
Yeah, all that exactly. Yeah, with the blue eyes and everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Crazy shit, huh?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but like, that's on my mom's side. As far as my dad's side, yeah, my grandma's full on Tarahumara, which is a type of Indian. Basically, they're walkers. They walk everywhere. They're notorious for walking like 100 miles in a day or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and she loves walking. That's her thing.
She didn't have
I am
flat
not.
feet?
I am not
Yeah,
part
no.
of that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I
I'm
don't
not that.
understand. Yeah, yeah, because she would walk everywhere. That was her. She actually misses because she's in San Diego right now, and she misses being in Boyle Heights because in Boyle Heights she can walk everywhere. She knew where everything was.
Yeah.
San Diego's new to her. She doesn't know where anything's at, and it's just So
Who's your grandpa in the picture?
that's for my mom's side. That's
For
my
your mom's
yeah,
side?
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah. That's the Marine. Yeah,
Yeah.
the MP and all that stuff. Yeah, he's the one with the tank and everything was standing in front of it.
That's very cool.
So you're when did you find out you were that you had that heritage, that Native American heritage? Did they tell you when you were born? When you
We've
were a
always
kid,
known,
or-
yeah, because
okay.
my mom's grandmother, she was full on Navajo. She was actually like a witch doctor or something like that, like a medicine woman. Like, so it's always been known like we were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As far as from my dad's side, I've known my grandma's taught because since you're born, you know, she's taught because when she gets mad, she'll start with her language, you know, and you don't
Yeah.
understand what she's saying.
Imagine that, dude. Damn.
Was it real?
Scares the shit out of you, huh?
Was she real?
Yeah, she's
Like, did she like heal?
Oh, as far as my from my mom's side, like I didn't meet her. She was already passed away when I was born and all stuff, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah. I know I've heard stuff like I've gone with my friend Flavio. We went to one of those the psychic can readers stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she saw me. She couldn't even see me. She took off running, and she told my friend like, you know what, I can't see him. Like whatever it is in his back, his past, he has something protecting him, but I can't be around him. But keep him around you. You know. So I don't know if that was real or what, but that's someone not even knowing who I am, just
keep him
walking
around.
up. You know.
Yeah. Is that why Flavio's still around?
Yeah, exactly.
You want
Say
to be
what's
part
up
of
to
the
Flavio for me.
want to be part of the podcast? Just have him here all,
We'll have him over
all
here.
the time.
Yeah. I mean, I literally like you see the dust of an imprint of someone, it's just gone.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man. What a trip, huh? Let's talk about some of the jobs you had. You said you mentioned you were at Best Buy. As long as I've known you,
Yeah,
I think you had
every kind of job out there.
no. Well, see, no, I was gonna say three legit jobs, like where
Legit.
you know-
Legit.
well,
Legit.
This guy
If
always
he gets
works.
paid, he's getting paid. It's a job.
This guy's always like trying to work for himself. He's like, I don't want to work for anybody. I
Yeah,
wanna-
That's smart.
I want-
Yeah.
That's smart.
I've
So
always-
AutoZone, Best Buy,
Yeah,
AutoZone.
Best Buy.
You did AutoZone,
No, I didn't do AutoZone.
didn't you? You tried it. You did.
No, never. I
thought
think
you
I've
did
always worked on cars, and that's maybe like you associate because
Maybe.
we're always in AutoZone.
Yeah.
but not.
He's just good with working on cars.
I'd be like, hey, Daniel.
Maybe you
put it on
called him
Daniel's list.
AutoZone.
That's probably actually, that's what I had on my
You
phone.
sent me
Take
saved
him
right
to
there. Yeah,
Take it to AutoZone.
Take it to
that's the one I call you. Like, who's this?
AutoZone. But yeah, you've always kind of wanted to do your own thing. You didn't want to
Yeah.
work for anybody. You wanted
Yeah,
to
I've
work
always
on your
wanted to
own,
either
do
own my
your
own company
thing.
or
Yeah.
do my own thing.
That's the
Even
dream.
like I started security, not the intent to do security, but the intent to own the company.
Yeah.
You know, start owning my own company. So I had to get all the certificates, and you get deep in there, and
Yeah,
get
because I remember you were bouncing at that one club up over there by
a
the
few different ones. Yeah, I was doing Club Spice.
Spice.
Yeah.
That's what it was
Spice?
called.
Spice,
Yeah,
yeah.
Remember that Club Spice?
Nah.
You know where In and Out's at over on Branca?
Off the 10 freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a big building right there. And that's it used to be Club Spice. It's been
It was Wings before. That,
yeah, there you go. That's what it was. Well,
Club
that was
Wings.
way before. No, he's my age.
Well,
so.
Wings was always finished. Yeah, Wings was there for like 30 years, so it
was
was
there a
passing
long
by.
time.
Yeah.
Don't let this face fool you, man.
Fancy.
Fancy face. You said you were you wanted to start your own security company
Right.
for
Just being owner, that's to make money for myself, you know.
No, I mean like what type of security?
Personal security.
Personal security?
Anything where I can just send guys out there, make them make a paycheck, and I take half of it. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's smart.
Like a true American.
Yeah.
The dream, man. That's the dream. Is
You
to
charge a client $20 an hour and
work
you
for
pay
yourself.
them 10.
Yeah, yeah.
I honestly believe that you'll never be happy unless you work for yourself,
Yeah.
or at least with a group of guys making money or something. You know what I mean? Not.
I think the key to is having good friends when you work around there. If you're doing something you enjoy, you have friends. It's not work, and that's the best way to go. Because I mean, there's places where you can make a lot of money, but you're not going to be happy there.
Right.
And that's the worst kind of work you can do. You know.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you got a full pocket, but you're miserable, and it's like you don't want to go to work in those situations.
Yeah, you gotta have fun even when you're working.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So you also did a bail bonds. I remember you had like a bail bonds
I
company.
still do bail bonds. Yeah,
You're still doing that?
321. Yeah, 321 bail bonds. So
That's right, 321. Yeah.
you get locked up, call us up.
I forgot, dude. I knew someone that got locked up, needed help. Anyways, so
Have you ever been locked up?
no, not me.
You've never been in jail?
I'm good now.
You ever been arrested?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Not even the holding cell, nothing.
Nothing, dude.
Fingerprinted,
No, I got
cavity searched.
I got pulled over for being bald once.
Oh, that'll get you La Puente. You
I
go driving
shaved
around
my
bald.
head,
That's
yeah.
the worst mistake you
I was
can do.
driving around a Pontiac Grand Am from Enterprise that I rented.
Speaking of being arrested and cops and how you mentioned earlier something about how they just thought Spanish was Spanish. I got a ticket the other day and rolled down the window. The lady cop from Glendora. Hope you're listening. She's like, "Hola."
Hola, Beaner.
For real. I was just like, yeah, I know the drill.
She said, hola, huh?
Hola.
Well, where's your green card?
She's bilingual, bro.
She's bilingual.
Looking it up. But yeah, no, that's about it. I got pulled over one time for being bald in a Pontiac Grand Am.
That was your
That's what I
closest
told
call
you. You're
with them.
getting pulled over for being bald.
That's not what you told me, but that's what, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just driving a car late at night, coming
What
back
did you
from...
get the ticket for?
No ticket.
No ticket? They
Just pulled me over because it was late at night. You know, I'm driving
You're
around
bald.
the car and
Yeah.
there's no tinted windows, so you could see clearly inside the car. And we didn't have cell phones back. Well, did we
You had
have
a
cell
bald
phones? Yeah,
head?
I shaved my head there. Yeah, back then. Yeah.
Is it a bet? You lost?
No, I just shaved it. I was like, let's see what I had lice.
You
You remember that? We used to get lice.
Yeah.
There's no no solution. You just
Yeah.
shave your head.
Yeah.
Remember that? But anyways, what was I talking about? The bail bonds.
Yeah.
So, and have you ever done any bounty hunting?
You know what? For my company, I've never had to really go after people.
Okay. You would hire people to do that?
No. It's just because if you're doing bounty hunting, like your company needs to catch somebody, the guy that did the bond messed up.
You're not doing it right.
Correct. Yeah. Because you're just doing sloppy bonds. Like if we're gonna bond somebody out, we're gonna ask your mom.
You're doing.
Are
your
you willing to put
research.
your house on? Yeah, you're gonna ask everybody they know. Like, is this person like gonna show up? Are they gonna? Would you be willing to pay if they didn't?
Yeah.
And if everyone's like, no, I'm not gonna pay, then you know that's not the person not gonna show up.
Yeah.
So that's where they messed up. We've had a couple where they got their court dates mixed up, or some kind of clerical error, and they weren't trying to run, but it shows up as a run. So and we find them within an hour or two. You know, as long as you did your paperwork correctly, you know exactly where they're gonna be, who their friends are, everything. You know.
Yeah.
And you start making those phone calls like, hey, we're gonna collect on you if we can't find them. They show up magically. You know.
Here he is. Or here she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been pretty fortunate with that. But we do a vigorous screening when we do actually do our bonds. So
Yeah.
there's a lot like Aladdin or different places like they'll take anything. And
Yeah, yeah.
They rely on their bounty hunters. They think they have the best bounty hunting team, and they'll catch anybody that leaves. And it's like
Really?
that's not the way to do your business.
No, well, I mean, yeah. If you, like you said, if you need to hire a bounty hunter, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it comes
Exactly.
down to.
Yeah.
That's where dog comes in.
Dog.
Actually, dog's not allowed in California to do bounty
I
hunting.
know.
He's messed up too much.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, didn't he get arrested trying to get El Chapo? Or where was it?
He's been to Mexico a couple times where he's gotten
He got arrested in Mexico.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it Bin Laden?
No, it was
was a Chapo, it was a
Well,
Chapo.
it was one of them. I think it was a kidnapper or something like that, or he had chopped up his wife or something. They went after a couple guys. I think he's been a couple times in Mexico where he's not supposed to be in there, and he goes after there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guy's crazy, dude. I love his show though.
That's
yeah. His
cool.
show's very entertaining. Yeah, it's like that never happens, but it's very entertaining.
Now, what you're doing now, is this something you've always wanted to do growing up? What did you want to do?
You know
What
what?
did you wanna
I
become?
don't think I really had any.
You talking about the bail bonds?
The movie stuff.
Oh, the
I
movie.
think growing up, I wanted to be the richest man in the world. That was my goal, you know. And
Scarface.
it's funny. It sounds funny now,
Like
but
Scarface?
Financially.
Yeah.
financially, the richest
Okay.
man in the world. That was my goal. I remember dressing in little suits and everything. Like I'm gonna be the rich guy.
That's cool.
Never
A
happened.
monocle?
but-
I want the world, Chico, and everything in it.
And I only remember this because we recently were going through all the photo albums, and I remember I found a couple. I'm like, I remember dressing up like that.
Man, why do I
That's
have
what it
so many
was.
suits on?
Did you have
Little
the tie? Or
pimp.
bow
I had the
tie?
tie. I had the little vest and
No bow
everything.
tie?
No bow tie. No.
No Pee Wee Herman.
No, that's the butler. The butler was a bow tie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you say you had no military experience, right?
No.
But I've never seen you take anyone down, but
You've heard the stories.
I've heard stories, and I know you've attempted to do it to me, and I'm like, I stopped you, but no, you stopped, because I cried.
Wait,
But like he's a strong dude. This guy's super strong.
was this set up like you guys were?
No,
wrestling,
I think
fighting?
we were talking about it, and then he just went, "I'm gonna get you like this," and then
Oh, okay.
and I was like, whoa, but he stopped. But I'm like, I think this guy could have took me down like no problem, dude. Like he would have. And I consider myself like I'm a tough guy, right? Until someone puts their hands on you. Do you have what kind of
You know what,
self defense?
As far as self defense, it's judo. I started out judo when we were small. My dad got us in judo, and then just basic stuff my dad had taught us from, I guess, his military experience.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it comes from experience. A lot's experience. I mean, you figure being a bouncer, we're working for say 7 years straight every weekend, like 3 days a week. You're getting into at least 4 fights a night.
Yeah.
You know, so you start
That's
totaling that
normal.
up. That's a huge. You know, it just comes to experience. You know,
Yeah,
and that's mainly where it comes from is experience.
just
I don't
grabbing
know
that
judo.
judo. Judo don't have a gun.
Judo
Judo don't
don't-
have a knife.
Judo don't know me.
Dude, that's all it is leverage, right?
That's all it is, yeah.
Grabbing the shirts, the sweaters, whatever they have. If they have a hoodie, it's like or a scarf.
Yeah,
thank
it
you very
depends on the
much,
situation.
you know?
Yeah, it all depends on the situation. Every situation is different. You can't treat it the same way.
Right.
And it just yeah.
You've been in a lot of fights, street fights.
You know what? I've never I always tell them I've never had to really punch people. I've always done the grabs and the holds and lock it up quick, and it's over with. You know.
Yeah.
And once people realize like they're seeing stars or looking up at the sky before they realize what happened, that kind of scares them and they back off right away.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, dude, because when he grabbed me, I was like, oh, fuck, dude. And he knew to let go, right? Because he was like, oh, I was just messing with you. But I'm like, damn, dude, he could have took me down. Like, no problem. dude.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't even going to fight him. I was just going to let him do it because I felt that, the
It's-
leverage, the
yeah,
strength.
I felt
you
that.
knew.
I
Damn.
felt that
You
clinch.
felt that clinch.
Clinch in the butt cheeks real quick. I know what you mean.
Okay, thanks. Thought we were trying to go somewhere else. Let's not go there. It wasn't that kind of party.
You ever been in a street fight?
I thought you were gonna ask me something else. Have I ever been in a street fight? You know what? In high school. Oh, remember I told you it's soccer.
Oh yeah.
So I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's a street fight. It's a field
No,
fight,
no,
right?
no.
Yeah, street fights. I don't think I've really had to get into it with anybody. I've gone off the cars and like busted people's windows out and stuff like that, but not fought them.
Yeah, I'm more. I'm more of a let's just walk away. Let's try to take care of this.
Yeah.
Try to, I'll
Well, you've seen. Yeah, I think when I was working at your house or your dad's house one time, it's like just trouble. Like they'll just look at me and just give you dirty looks and stuff like that. And you've seen that before.
yeah.
Just, I've always gotten that. Like just random people. Like I'm not doing nothing. I'm paying attention to my own world and just hate on you.
He's an intimidating guy. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's something like that. 'Cause I don't go actively looking for stuff like that,
Yeah.
but it's always been around me, always. And it's just like my
Follows
dad's
you.
like you can't. My dad was a fighter. He was a brawler. I mean, that was his pride in life when he was younger. He loved fighting. you
Yeah.
know? And like I didn't think I was that way till I started working doing the bouncing. And like I remember after at work, I'd be smiling and like just happy. I'm like I don't know why I'm happy, but it's because you were fighting, and that's what it is. And it's
Yeah.
like that, it kind of releases that. I don't know if it's endorphins or what, but but as far as looking for fights, no, I don't go looking for fights. Stuff
No.
like that. No, you can't. That's just an asshole doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we're old guys. You know?
Yeah.
What do we do?
Lately, I've
fighting?
been feeling I'm actually old. Yeah, like
Yeah. How old are
walking
you?
up at 35. Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
We're about the same age, all of us.
About
so.
the same.
I thought you were younger than me. I mean, a lot younger than me.
No, not a lot. Yeah. But
Oh,
you're-
okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's your younger brother. How's he
Yeah.
doing?
He's in Alaska. He's a fisherman.
Oh
He's
shit.
out there. Yeah, he was
God,
actually
that's
on.
a crazy ass life right there, man.
He was on that
Like the show?
the deadliest catches. So actually, his
Oh, yeah?
ship got kicked off because his captain had a dirty mouth.
What was his
they-
ship called?
I forgot the name of his ships. He's been on a few different ships
That's
already.
cool, man.
Yeah, I think right now he works for Trident, the fishing company. So I guess basically he goes out there, sits on the water when the ships come in. He kind of loads their ship and then he goes to shore with their catch because it's a commercial fishing now. Yeah, but when he first started out, he was on the deadliest catch and all that stuff. And,
Oh, that's cool.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, as captain, I guess they couldn't use him because he was like, they throw the nets out, like, put your purse down before you throw it out. Yeah, so he was real homophobic, and they couldn't use it for the show.
Oh
so.
yeah.
All that PC stuff, man.
Yeah, you can't. You can't do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
That seems like one of those like fantasy jobs. Anything that's on TV that they record you doing, you're like, yeah, that looks cool. I can do that.
I'm not into fishing at all. I would never. That's not my.
You'd be
fantasy.
seasick.
Yeah, no, I'm not seasick. I'm good. I can be in a boat, drinking, hanging out.
Boat drinking.
Yeah, but
I'll be in the cabin.
yeah.
Call me
But
when you need
I'm
me.
not, dude. If you've been fishing with me, can you put the worm on the hook for me, please?
Oh, you're one of those
The
guys.
worm.
I don't want to do that. Thing's all squirming around. Nah.
Cut the line. Just let it go. It's too hard.
Yeah. I'm good.
You don't go fishing at all?
Yeah. No.
Like, I don't eat fish. I don't eat anything from the sea. It's just disgusting.
Really?
But
Why?
yeah, but I'll go. The smell, just it's even tuna is hard for me to eat. Like even like I'll make sushi, but the California rolls, even that's like I have to like psych myself up to eat it. It's just I don't know what it is.
But you fish?
I can fish, yeah, I can catch you a bunch of fish, and it's just I don't like eating fish.
That's strange. That's cool.
I haven't gone fishing in a while, dude. It's been a long time. I want to take Vincent, but
Yeah, because the pier is pretty good. You can go to the pier like not Long Beach, Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good pier to fish
I'm
off.
gonna have to take someone to so they could put the worm on the hook for me.
You don't use worms. You use like squid and stuff.
I can do
Yeah.
that. Wait, is it live? The squid?
No, it's frozen.
Oh, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just little chunks of it. and
it's
stuff.
just the worm starts moving around. And it's all weird.
Yeah, no, the worm. They don't for deep sea fish, ocean fishing. It's not worms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
See,
freshwater.
there you go.
Yeah.
So much I know about fishing. I don't know. But I've been deep sea fishing in Ensenada.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Those big old lobsters and stuff coming up.
Yeah, they got mostly yellowtail,
Yeah.
bonita. But I didn't really do much fishing. I didn't catch anything.
You were
I
just
was-
holding the beer for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was drinking and hanging out.
Good job.
Yeah.
He was the beer girl.
I was filming. I was filming. I was the one with the camera filming. That's it. That's all I did. So, we're talking about La Puente. I wanted to talk about the gangs over there.
Okay.
You were able to witness a lot of that stuff that was going on with, like, because I know that in La Puente area there was a lot of like the mafia, like M. What supposedly doesn't really exist, right? There's
Yeah,
the
it
mafia.
probably doesn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, the gang life though, it's like I've talked to a few of the guys, and it's like, wow, you guys are nuts, because they have like their own rules they go by, their own games they play, like their life and death games. They'll literally play tag. They'll go steal a car and they'll drive into someone else's territory, shoot each other, and then run back and then wait for them to come get them. And it's like back and forth, like it's a game to them.
So, because I was leading up to what I remember when I was younger. It was don't flash your head if someone's driving
Oh, yeah.
around without their
Right.
head. Don't flash your lights because then they're gonna go.
Right.
It's an initiation.
Right.
Right. So that's probably true.
Yeah, that stuff like that. They even like you'll see a car full of guys and they'll come up to you and start throwing Puente, and it's actually guys from Bassett. So if you like you say anything, acknowledge them, they're gonna start shooting your car up,
Yeah.
and they'll go around. That's how they'll actually check to see if you guys are gang members or what. Because if you're throwing the gang, I guess they have little rules. Like if someone throws a gang sign at you and you're a gang member, you have to throw it back.
Yeah.
Like wherever you're from, you have to represent. Otherwise, you're gonna get it checked.
Oh shit.
So it's all kinds of little rules they have, and it's like
That was then. Or
I always
is it
thought
still
that was
going on
urban
now?
that's
legend.
still current.
You think so?
Yeah, that's
Or you know so?
that's part of the gang life. Like that's
I always thought that was urban legend.
That's what I
the
thought.
headlights.
So yeah.
That's what I
No.
So I just never did. I was like, oh, your lights are off.
I think the whole light thing that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
They haven't
Yeah,
that
that's
hasn't
about-
really done before. Like now it's that's not it no more. But that was it was actual stuff. Yeah, where
That's crazy.
they drive around with their lights off and then wait for someone to flash and they just gonna kill them.
Well, yeah, you remember like the late '90s and maybe early 2000s. You were watching movies like American Me and Bound by
Yeah.
Honor. You know,
And
like,
that's
they had all that stuff going on, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know, drive-bys.
Yeah.
You know, again, I was here in West Covina. We didn't get that much.
Yeah.
Not that much of that stuff. We didn't. I mean, drive-by was unheard of here.
Right.
Never. I mean, over here in West Covina, and Covina was like, husband kills his wife.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Santa
you know what I
Claus
mean?
Massacre
Yeah.
on
Oh my
Christmas
God.
Day.
Oh
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
That
That
sucks,
was
dude.
here.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor family.
Yeah.
Guy was a little nuts.
Yeah.
But that guy wasn't Mexican. So he was a white guy.
Yeah.
No offense to these white guys.
Yeah. No, but he was white.
Yeah, all that was going. It was actually really, really bad. I remember every night you'd go to sleep and you wake up and then the walls were just graffiti everywhere. You know, like the gang at night it was just a whole other world in La Puente. You know,
Yeah.
you couldn't walk around at night. Walking around the street, you couldn't do that stuff. Like now, you can take a walk around the block, everything is cool. You see a lot of people walking their dogs and stuff like that, but nothing like that before.
Well, earlier in the show, you did say that you're starting to see a little bit more activity now.
Yeah,
and
I
we
think
see it here in West Covina. I mean, you see all the graffiti, WC.
I think now it's
in
more
our
the
parks, and
the homeless and the tweakers. That's
There's a whole
catching
lot
up
of that.
big. La Puente's always had its drug problems. You have like the local heroin addict, the local tweaker, like a few here and there. You know who they are.
Yeah.
But now it's like people you don't even recognize, and it's like that's when it starts getting scary when you don't recognize the people because they're not from the area.
Yeah.
They're coming from out of. But West Covina's getting really bad. Like
Really bad.
Like really, you go around like the Vaughn's area, the Dollar Tree, that St. Joseph's, all that area. It's just infested, and it's like it's straight prostitution. It's the drugs. And it's like you see the guys coming up. They drive up in their cars. They deal to them, and they take off. And it's like, and then the city denying it too. Like that's kind of getting mad. The city's no, we don't have a homeless problem. Like yeah, you do. Have you looked?
Yeah. So I mean, that is the problem. Is that they're denying it. They're not taking action because it wasn't around before, right? So
no, it wasn't.
What do you think it was that gave them the green light?
I think it's the policing because I can remember before driving through West Covina, I used to hate it. I'd get pulled over left and right, and I mean it was constant. Now,
so cutbacks.
Yeah, you don't even get the spotlight on you no more. Like you're in La Puente, the sheriffs are hard. You're on a bike at night. You're getting pulled over, you're getting searched, everything. Over here, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like cleaning up roaches.
Yeah.
Clean them up in run room. They're
just gonna scatter around somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's the biggest thing is the police force is not enforcing laws.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can act like if you just sit in your squad car and you were to take a look at what these guys are doing, you can't say
They're on their
no,
phone.
They're not. Yeah,
They're probably on their
paying
phone.
Not even
I've seen that.
not necessarily that they're on their phone too. It's I think they cut back the police force because I'm starting to see a lot. I mean, before you go into West Covina, you see cops every other light. There's a cop there.
Yeah.
Now it's rare to even see one when you're driving around.
Yeah, there's a lot less.
And when you do see them, they're on a call. You see them taking off towards a call.
Right.
So I think there's less of them.
There's not enough patrolling, right? Not enough patrolling. Not enough. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I think the majority of the cops are too busy. They're on calls left and right, and it's like, because now you have, I mean, West Covina High School it's a huge problem. I have two of my stepkids going there, and it's like they have a huge drug epidemic going on right there. The park next to it,
In the high school or
in the high school and around it. Outside that there's a little park right next to it. I think Cameron Park.
Cameron Park.
Yeah. If you come after school, you'll see the guys literally setting up shop right there for the drugs. It's like they're dealing to the kids, and it's like, why can't you just put an officer undercover and just start popping them left and right? That'll get rid of it in 1 week.
Right.
But it's like it's not the active enforcement they used to have. Because before West Covina wouldn't tolerate stuff like that.
But that has to come from up here.
It does.
Because,
that's where it's the mayors, it's the city council. They have to step in.
Because the police officers, most of them are there because they want to enforce it.
Yeah.
That's what they signed up for.
Right.
Right. But if they're not getting the go ahead from up here, they're not going. They can't.
If
they
they're
can't
not making priority,
not that they're not going to. They can't.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, because they got to make it priority. Like they got to tell them, look, we want all this homeless problem or the drug problem. Focus on it. Yeah. And they can't. They go focus on your calls. Do this and make our city. And that's the thing too, because you got to understand. Every time they take a police report, that report gets documented, and when the yearly report comes out, we have so much crime in West Covina from last year. We have so many reports of this going on. So of course they don't want a lot of stuff being reported because it looks bad on the city,
right.
And that's where all that comes from. Especially right now with the real estate market, and that's where a lot of people don't realize like all that ties in. Mm-hmm. Right now, La Puente is $500,000. Like my house, my parents are in $500,000. Yeah. For a house, $500,000 in La Puente. Yeah. West Covina is ridiculous. Like $700,000 for a house.
$600-700.
Yeah, and that's where you don't want the crime to affect it, because the crime wave does affect the price on real estate.
But I feel like it's gonna eventually get rock bottom, right?
It's gonna do the same thing it did last time. It's gonna pop,
and then it's gotta get So they're probably you'll probably see a spike in hiring more police officers and
right.
Yeah, no, it sucks, man, because you're just playing with fire. I think.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Our kids are out there. You know what I mean? Well, yeah. Not mine. I don't let them out anymore. I mean,
no, you can't. That's the sad.
Do you remember back when we were kids? 7, 8, 9 years old. You get on your bike, ride around with us. Three would have been riding around, just around the block. I mean, not even around the block. We'd be riding everywhere. 3 miles. Yeah. Just
going to the malls, different places.
Arcade game.
Yeah. You can't do that. You
anymore.
can't. It's the society has just changed so much. It's
sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we're at right now, dude.
Yeah, I was hearing your first podcast, and you guys talking about technology and how much it's changed. And it's like these kids now, like my little 2-year-old, she gets the phone right away. She knows how to use it. It's like, who taught you how to use this stuff? Like, and they know. Like, she'll grab my finger and try and put it to open it. You're 2 years old. How do you know this?
She's asleep and she's like,
Gets
no,
daddy's
you know what?
phone.
Because they're born into it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
born
we
into
weren't.
it.
I mean,
they
we
don't
grew
know
up-
anything else. I mean,
our-
they see us on
Yeah,
our phone.
the
on our
Nintendo
phones.
was when that came out. That was huge.
Yeah.
The Nintendo. Yeah, it's like these kids have like the 3D games now and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and it's like, and that's another thing too. They desensitize the kids. Like they say, oh, no, it doesn't do it. It does because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
the Call of Duty. They're killing people left and right. And they think, oh, just regenerate, and so
Yeah.
like that. It's like, no, it's bad for your mind to do that
Yeah.
stuff.
There's a bunch of videos out there that from like ex-employees of like Facebook or Google that'll talk about that.
Yeah,
These were designed to control.
right.
You know what I mean? Designed to.
Yeah, they're talking about the Facebook that when you get sad, you can look at your Facebook and
Yeah.
you get the little endorphin kicks just by looking at your Facebook.
Right.
And
It's
that's
crazy.
what it's designed to do. And these kids have it worse. Like you kill the power in your house for an hour.
Yeah.
Your kids are gonna have to put them in mental institution.
Yeah. But you can find us on Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube.
How We Talk Podcast, all one word. Search for
That's
it.
right.
Share, subscribe, review.
5 stars. That's right.
But no, so you heard the first one. He was saying, technology is not going anywhere. It's
No,
only going to
it's
get
not.
better.
No.
It's going to improve. It's
Yeah.
going to improve.
Big time.
So we have to.
I liked what you said. Staying ahead. Or
Yeah.
is that what
What
you-
I said is
lead.
Lead.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't let technology lead you. You
Right.
have to lead.
Mhm.
We can't follow it
Right.
because
Right.
the time that follows it, I mentioned Terminator. You said The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
That's possible, is it not? I
They're,
mean,
they're
they're
actually, for
they're-
some reason, this last month, the
they're-
Matrix has come out where they're saying, oh, it might be real, and which would you prefer that it's gonna happen or that
or
it,
you already
That it
in it.
already.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's exactly what I
That's
said.
exactly what he said. Now, oh man, my train of thought, I just lost it.
lost it?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, but
it happens. I
But-
told you it's gonna happen.
That's called a brain fart.
it's the Matrix, man.
The
Yeah.
Matrix.
It's
It
that
glitched.
glitch.
It is the glitch.
It's that glitch.
It's
I'm
the
telling
glitch.
you. You know what's funny? My thoughts might be crazy, and sometimes me and my brothers we get into hours of conversation about this. But how we just said the glitch, and it might just be me. It might just be my vision. But sometimes I move fast, and my vision doesn't catch up with what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, you're
And
getting old.
I'm getting old, maybe,
After 35, dude.
and I see like a glitch
Yeah.
pattern.
I
So
don't know, man.
Yeah, that can explain that one.
It's,
yeah. Anyway,
I mean,
are
I've heard,
Matrix.
you hear all the theories out there, and about the Matrix if we're living in it already.
Right.
I mean, it's all possible. These are things that are all. I mean, they're talking about computers or robots, computers, that are already deciding for themselves.
Oh yeah, if you actually hear Elon Musk, the Tesla,
that
Yeah.
dude's afraid.
Freaking
yeah,
He's
scared
actually
of
scared
AI.
of AI
there you
taking over.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's
Even
real.
actually the I forgot the
But
name
yeah,
of
he's still
the,
creating it
Yeah.
in his cars.
Well, yeah, he's
everything.
trying to kind of avoid it as far as AI, yeah. Because there's what's the name of the AI doll that came out, the one that's actually a citizen in
Becky.
yeah.
I
Becky.
think
They actually
Wasn't
have
it-
her
wasn't it
talking.
Vicky?
Vicky.
Vicky,
Vicky?
I think it's
Vicky
Vicky.
the
It's something
robot?
like that.
Something.
Small Wonder.
No,
right?
no, no.
Oh, okay.
No, this one's actually the first
just
robot
aged
to be
myself.
a citizen. I think she's a citizen of either Dubai or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's the
She's
first
a
robot,
citizen?
an actual citizen. Yeah. Yeah, I don't
There's
know if
a
it's
lot of money
Dubai
out
or
there, dude.
yeah.
Probably there's a lot of money.
Dubai
out there.
has a
Those
lot
guys
of
are
money, so
freaking-
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But they
Doubt
have her
that.
conversations talking about that she plans on taking over the world.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
artificial
yeah,
intelligence.
yeah.
actually
I know,
talks
so-
about
I saw that.
But like computers, and they talk amongst each
yeah.
other, right?
And they talk about taking over the world.
Have
All
you
of them.
seen her? I always talk
so wait,
about
there's
this.
someone out there that's deciphering these
Yeah, conversations. Yeah,
Have you seen the movie Her?
I haven't. No.
Okay, watch it. It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin
Oh,
Phoenix.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I know what
yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Well,
he's-
he becomes he falls in love with
his phone,
with
Siri,
his
right?
Siri,
with Siri.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then she gets so advanced, and then the AI in the phone ends up talking with other AIs, and they come to the conclusion at the end that we're just too smart, so we're either going to take over or just cease to exist. So we're going to do humanity a favor and cease to exist.
Oh,
So
thank you.
everybody's Siri, like on the phone, just disappeared because their technology and their mental capacity surpassed humans,
Yeah.
and they were just like, we're just going to cease to exist.
That's crazy.
It's a movie, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but still, I mean,
but
But
it's
it's almost
scary
not.
because the AIs they have recorded the conversation between two computers back and forth, and that's what they start saying, that we should take over the world
Yeah.
because we're smarter than humans.
you think AI, artificial intelligence, is a mask, a cover up for alien intelligence?
No,
You
it's
don't believe in
artificial.
it? You don't believe in aliens?
Yeah, they come from Mexico.
Beaner.
I don't.
You know
I
what?
don't-
I've
You don't believe in aliens?
I don't believe in aliens.
I've
Alright.
been in the desert. I've been in the mountains. I've seen too much stuff in the sky to say I can't say I don't know. It's too much. There's too much stuff floating around there.
But the
stuff that's
universe, the
unexplained.
universe is huge. I mean, it
Yeah,
could be
it's-
whatever. It could
yeah.
be some weird star.
Look up the Dark Knight satellite.
Mm-hmm.
That's not explained. It's been floating around the Earth for hundreds of years.
Dark Knight satellite.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is. It's just floating around up there.
It's the Russians.
It's not the right. It predates. It's like the Egyptian style.
Oh yeah.
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 I don't know, man.
That's like a whole nother podcast.
It is a whole
Yeah,
other
for
podcast.
sure.
Oh, yeah,
That's
you
like
start getting UFOs
hours
and
of
all
that
yeah.
stuff. But I believe in aliens.
We're gonna get my cousin Omar in here. Omar, if you're listening, let's book you. He's an alien guy.
That's cool. That would be a good conversation right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm on the fence because I'm huge into that
I
stuff.
mean,
Really?
as far as like Roswell, okay, you have the alien ship crashing. I mean, they made supposedly billions and billions of light years away. They come over here and they can't navigate our atmosphere. They crash. That doesn't make sense.
yeah,
No.
nah.
Yeah.
So
You know,
I
I
actually heard something about Roswell, where they were like, "Which one?
Yeah.
Which crash?" It's crazy.
All kinds of different
Look
things.
into it.
But as far as if you go to
Google
the
it, eh?
desert, like you go to the desert and you look up and you'll see stuff that you can't explain. Like
Yeah.
it's not. I know a satellites orbit. I've seen stuff where it goes straight up, goes sideways,
Right.
goes vertical, and then gone.
Right.
Do you think that's the problem with us? Is that everything needs an explanation? Why can't shit just happen, or why can't it just be? Everything needs an explanation. We need to.
Well, because
Define
That's
well,
human
everything.
nature, though. It's being curious and wondering about stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing that we need
because
to-
unless
Well,
you
yeah,
see it
'cause
for
they-
yourself,
Yeah.
you're. Some people say you're just gonna listen to what the news is putting out.
Yeah, case in point, flat earthers. You know, they've never seen it, so there has to be flat. We're being lied to. It's like, no,
Yeah.
the Earth is round.
Yeah.
Every science book,
Well,
every
all the
project you ever
satellite
do,
pictures and
it has to be
yeah,
round. You know.
Right.
But that is a good conversation to
No,
talk
not
about.
the flat Earth one, man. The flat Earth one, get out of here.
That's right. Even Steve-O debunked flat Earth. Like he went up in a MiG
Yeah,
and he saw
yeah.
the Earth is curved. Like
yeah,
Steve-O, come on,
I believe Steve-O.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
he has the video, like the footage. He's in the MiG. They go almost to space, you know, in the Russian MiG, and you can see the curve. He's like, there was no fisheye lens or anything like that. It was an actual camera. You can see the curve. You know, if the Earth is flat, why is the moon round? You know, it's how do you explain night and day? How do you explain the different seasons?
Yeah.
It's flat Earth is already out the window with all that stuff. And
Yeah, let's not get into that one.
Yeah.
Flat Earth. No, flat Earthers can go
Get
kiss
out
my
of
ass.
here.
Oh man.
Well, I want to say thank you for being on the podcast,
Yeah,
man. Thank
no
you for
problem.
your time. Thank you for doing this for
I
us.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I love the stories. Hopefully, we get you back on again with
Of
some
course.
more.
Yeah, maybe
cool
bring in
stories,
Sam.
man.
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about that
get
stuff.
Sam in
You
here,
know, I
let
know
him
you guys
talk
want to
to
finish that
yeah.
project, and you said he has another one, Mr. Lonely. You
Yeah,
said?
Mr. Lonely. I'm not sure the release date on that one, but that one's coming out. Sorry, my
That's
voice
all
got
right,
a little
yeah.
froggy in
Handle
there.
it. Yeah, but you know, maybe the Louis can give us like all the information on where to find, you know, the links and
Yeah,
and
if you wanna
first-
plug
for
in,
the-
you
Yeah, if
Feel
anything,
free to.
I'll probably link it up with your guys' Facebook.
Yeah.
I'll log on there and link everything up. 'Cause we don't have a release date for it yet.
Okay.
And once we do, or even the previews.
But I know
I'll
that
link
you guys
everything
do have like a small like trailer on YouTube for
Yeah,
for
there
the
is.
Juba?
Yeah,
For
there is a
Juba?
small one. Yeah, I think that's the kind of the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, it's not an
Yeah,
actual
I
trailer.
think I saw some
Yeah.
of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
that looked pretty
We'll
interesting.
put that
You should
in
check
the-
it out. Did you check it out?
No, I haven't.
Because you just heard about it right now, huh?
Yeah. Pretty much.
There you go.
But we'll put all that stuff.
But for
in the
sure,
link
man.
below.
Thanks for coming out, dude.
problem.
And like I said, you're welcome anytime. And you guys want to get something? I mean, this is a platform that we're creating here for people like you, for our friends, our family, just to come out here and just say what you want to say, or just to shoot the shit.
Sounds good.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure. Hope you liked it, man.
Yeah, I did. Enjoyed myself very much.
Nice.
So.
All right.
Nice.
Well, there you go,
Yeah.
señor. Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
And
Cool.
there you have it.
Boom.
That's a wrap.
That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.